It's O-Plate time. Junior TKM O-Plate next. Adam Sparrow, Bradley White, Joe Fowler and Jordan Lee Chapman lead off the grid with Abby Pulling and Roman Haskett, Rob Wellham, Ross Deal, Leanna Page, Theo Edgerton, Tom Massarella, Daniel Butterworth and Joe Taylor. What an incredible grid. 13 drivers, all of whom could win this race, by the way. Our onboard camera is the female superstar Abby Pulling behind the English plate holder, Joe Fowler, the English Championship winner just a few weeks ago, and he's up the inside of the 19. Adam Sparrow straight away, but into the lead is the ever-consistent Bradley White. He starts his weekend perfectly, and it all falls away at the end. Hopefully, this time, he can hold on for a victory and get the O-Plate that he so richly deserves in this strong campaign. Contact! Back, that's Daniel Butterworth, goes into the back of Joe Taylor, and Taylor goes for a spin.
Off into the boonies goes Taylor. That looked like Daniel Butterworth in behind. Let's have a look. Taylor will come through, there he is, and that's Butterworth on the 56 into the back of him. Now if that's been seen, that may be a black flag for the man trying to do the overtaking. Anybody contacting from behind will always be deemed responsible. We're on board here with Abby Pulling. Here comes Fowler up the inside of Sparrow for second place. Pulling goes with, and into third place, Sparrow down to fourth from second.
This is the four drivers that we said at the start of the programme, isn't it? It was Mr. Butterworth himself who said that it's going to be one of these four that takes the victory in the TKM Festival itself. And the O-Plate is going to be an absolutely fantastic race, this one. These four drivers all battling away for it. Bradley White at the head of the field, the English champion Fowler in second, Abby Pulling now in third, fourth position Sparrow. It's an amazing fleet of drivers we've got in Junior TKM at the moment, and this O-Plate race is the cream of the crop, battling for supremacy. Here comes Fowler at the inside of Bradley White. He's there, Pulling's going to take advantage, but there's still speed from Bradley White to the outside. They bang wheels. These two are implacable rivals this season, and that is the first sign we've had in the 2016 Motorsport campaign of just how close and intense the rivalry is. And all that has moved, who's moved up into fourth position behind Abby Pulling? Let's have a look. It's the 55 that's moved up. That's Rob Wellham.
Wellham having a better run this season than he had last year. He was in the Festival Cup race last year. Disappointed at the coverage, but he'll be happy this year to see himself on TV. But he's dropping a place there to Sparrow. Sparrow back up to fourth place. Here comes the leader. It's Fowler that leads. It's Bradley White in behind. White is the most consistent driver in the country this season at the British Championship level in any class. He hasn't won any of the televised finals, Jake, but he's won so many heats and pre-finals. He's still got the championship lead with Pulling around 6 points or so, I think, behind him, going to the next round.
Well, on the back of Wellham, we've got two other feisty racing drivers. Ross Deal, there he is, and behind him is Leanna Page, who starred so brilliantly in the Festival Cup race earlier, of course. So let's see if these guys can get in the mix for the O-Plate, and that's a run wide for Fowler. This is Bradley White and Abby Pulling starting to get on the charge. Look how close Pulling is to the back of Bradley White. She's going to use White to force him down the inside of Fowler and get through as well. Textbook manoeuvre.
Yeah, classic. Pushes White through, make sure that he goes down the inside, follow him through the seconds. You look up the inside into the bus stop, into Derrick's.
Oh, yes!
Great move.
That is absolutely stunning. She makes her move, and Abby Pulling hits the front of the TKM Festival 2016. Last year, she was the surprise package of the grid. This year, she is at the front on merit, and she is gunning for glory in the O-Plate.
Yeah, anybody winning this event today will run the O-Plate on their kart for the next 12 months, and it would denote them as the British Open champion. Effectively, that's what this is. The man that will want to win this will be the man in second place there, Bradley White on the 6. He's not won any of the televised finals this season, as I said earlier, but he's got so much quality, so consistent. If Abby Pulling or Joe Fowler, effectively the two drivers behind him in the British Championships, are going to beat him, they're going to have to find similar sort of consistency at the final few rounds to depose him from the top spot. That's Ross Deal on the 86, the 28 on the back of that pack there, Jordan Lee Chapman.
Yes, he's got into the mix there because Leanna Page is in the mix. Up the inside, Sparrow's going for White. They bang wheels and he's through. Adam Sparrow was not about to give that one back. Absolutely amazing. He saw a gap, went for it, and now Fowler's gone through into third position as well. Adam Sparrow has turned this race on its head.
Albie Pulling has won the last 2 rounds of the British Championship. Adam Sparrow won round 3, I think it was, at Glanigorse Park earlier in the season. Here comes Fowler, the rookie in the British Championships this season. Won that E-plate at the Shellington Super Prix recently. He's another driver with bags of quality. Graham Butterworth, or Trigger as we'll call him from now on, did mention these 4 drivers at the front of this field as the 4 drivers to watch in the championship this weekend. Not surprisingly, because they are the top 4 drivers in the championship, as White goes up the inside of Sparrow for 3rd place. We're on board here with Pulling down to turn 1. Anybody looking up the inside? Surely that's wide enough. Yeah, here comes Fowler, and looks like, is that White on the inside? It is. So Pulling loses a couple.
This is an amazing battle, and never mind 4 drivers at the front of the field battling for the O-plate. There's 9 of them, would you believe? An absolutely incredible mix of drivers, and these 4 that we rate at the front, they are obviously the favourites for this, but if they keep squabbling, it's going to be one of the 5 on their tail that's going to take an opportunity here, and they will not take that lying down. The E-plate Fowler leading the way, White 2nd, Pulling 3rd, Sparrow 4th. It's an absolute barnstormer.
Well, we saw Leanna Page come 2nd in the Festival Cup earlier on in this programme, and I have to say, Jake, I think it's on the back of this group here, but this is the best we've seen from Leanna this season. Right on the back there on the 33. Very impressed with her this weekend. Yeah,
I recalled watching Leanna Page at Hooton a few years ago and saw there might be some flashes of brilliance there as White takes the lead from Fowler. Pulling gets a little bit closer, but Leanna Page, definitely a full credit to her. She's now mixing it with the best of them at junior TKM level, and she's got a chance of a podium just as much as the other 8 in this pack do.
Leanna will be able to go away from Kim Bolton this weekend with a great deal of additional confidence in her driving abilities. She's not far behind the leaders. This is by far the best performance we've seen from her this weekend. Here comes Fowler for the lead. Will Pulling go with? She does.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. And Sparrow might get an opportunity as well. This is how closely matched these 4 drivers are. One mistake, one blemish off the next corner, and Pulling is already starting to have a look at Fowler, but one little error, and that can be anything from a little bit too wide into the apex to dropping it off the throttle a fraction of a second too late, and everybody else behind you is going to get an opportunity. I can't call this. All 4 of the top drivers in this field at the moment have a chance to win it. Fowler's got the confidence. Bradley White's got the comeback. Sparrow's got the ingenuity as he puts himself in a 3rd position, and Pulling's got the cunning. All 4 of them have a chance to do this.
I'll tell you what, in 2013 the Junior Elite Final was the greatest car race in history. There's only 13 started this race. Well, we've got massive quality, and the top 4 drivers here are the top 4 drivers in the country in this class. Don't debate me, everybody.
No.
Don't debate me. You know I'm right. These are the top 4 drivers in the country, and they are giving us an absolute treat.
And Fowler is already defending. Look, he knows he hasn't got enough pure pace to run away from these guys. He's having to defend like crazy at this early stage of the race. And Sparrow up the inside of White. Again, they bang wheels. Again, he has to submit. But this man is absolutely on it. All 4 of these drivers pushing hard. He hugs the inside line, Fowler. Round the outside, White's going to hold it. Up to the inside comes Sparrow for the victory. Is he going to get the lead? Nobody gets 2nd place. White is through round the outside at Stoke Corner.
White leads then from Sparrow 2nd. Fowler looks up the inside. Pulling's got company with Jordan Lee Chapman. Rob Whelan makes a great move into the turn, and that looked like the 86 of Ross Steele getting in the mix as well. Anybody's this. Anybody's. There's 9 in it. Anyone can win it.
Yeah, Roman Haskett was the one who got left out to dry. He drops to 7th in this chain, but he's got a great opportunity to get back into the top 6 again as Sparrow tries again on Fowler, having lost the position to Fowler, who's now into 3rd place. So it's White from Pulling, Fowler, Sparrow into the last lap. This could be an absolute nightmare for several drivers in this pack as Jordan Lee Chapman moves up to 4th position, displacing the 49 of Abby Pulling down to 5th position. Surely it's game over for the O-plate for Pulling from that far back. Surely she won't be able to get to the top step of the podium. She might get the 3rd rung, but these 2 are an absolute titanic grudge match. The 19, Adam Sparrow, trying to get one over on Bradley White. In my opinion, he's got one chance, and White is going to shut that door. Up the inside, into Kestrel Corner. The last chance into Kim Bolton. He dives for the inside. Sparrow's going to get there. White's going to try and get the undercut, but Sparrow holds him off. Well done, Adam Sparrow. You've won the best race of your season. season. The O-Plate is yours, my friend. Absolutely fantastic. You couldn't have done that better if you tried. Sparrow wins it from Wine in second, Fowler third from Chapman pulling, and Roman Haskett, who slots himself neatly into 6th place. What a race.
So, Joe, it was just a great scrap. Anyone could have won that one.
Yeah, it was a close battle all race long. I got a little gap towards the end, but I didn't have the pace to keep it. So with like 2.5 laps to go, I started defending, but just let Brad round the outside at the first corner.
It was a last corner, last lap sort of battle, and you didn't quite make it.
No, I didn't manage to pull it off in the end. Adam did a great move at the end to take the win. So
it was a great to take the win, quite pleasing for myself. It wouldn't have, of course, been possible without Talca Racing, the guys back at the factory, of course, Alan Turney, and my mechanic Richard and my dad as well, doing a really good job and getting the pace for the weekend.
Excellent. And you two, you work out the same morning. You're still talking to each other, are you?
Yeah, we've got to keep friends, keep pushing forward for the rest of the Super 1 and hopefully get a good result in that.
The excitement is fever pitch. We need to take a breather. The Extreme O-Plate final is after the break.